Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out a first-person horror game called Hotel Remorse by developer Charlie Behan. Now before we get into the actual game and the synopsis, I just wanted to let you guys know, anybody that follows the channel on a regular basis, you've probably noticed I've been uploading far less videos lately and have essentially just been uploading the Bloodborne VODs for the last week or so. There's been some personal issues going on outside of YouTube that I wish I could have more control over, but unfortunately I don't, and it's made it really difficult for me to record videos lately. So I apologize for that and just wanted to let you know what was going on. Hopefully that will be wrapping up shortly and the stability should return. But aside from that, I've also been dealing with seasonal allergies, so the two of those things together have been making it just really, really difficult to have a good mental state with which to make commentary on. And, in general, just, difficult times, and I hope that they won't last much longer. Anyway, that aside, now you know what's up, hopefully, and I figured this would be the place to put it since probably the most people would watch Indie Impressions over most other things, unless I just did like another channel update, but I just did one of those pretty recently saying how things are all good. Things change on a dime sometimes. Anyway, let's talk about today's game. So, our synopsis, as reported by our developer here on the Game Jolt page, says, you play as Norman Chambers, a man who has lost his mind due to the death of his one true love. The game begins with you waking up alone in an old dark hotel room. You must explore the long, creepy corridors in search for answers to why you are there and how you can get out. Unfortunately, completing this task becomes more difficult than expected, as you face many horrors in which this hotel holds. So that is our premise. We're going to be wandering around a hotel room, and is an Unreal Engine game, if that matters to you, just to let you know. Let's look at the settings very quickly. We've got graphics, low, medium, high, and epic. I don't know if it's going to look much better than this. I guess I could set it to epic, but I don't want to risk frame loss. It's probably fine. And we've got full screen or windowed, and then, of course, we can test our audio, which is actually a nice touch, especially when you're trying to get audio levels. So anyway, let's play some Hotel Remorse. I've heard this is a fairly short one. So Saturday, October 2nd, between the times of 2 and 3 a.m., there were several reports made of a single gunshot heard from a hotel. The occupants of the hotel quickly vacated the building in search of safety. So can we spacebar or click past it? We might have to just wait through a certain amount of designated time. I heard the little ding of the typewriter there, so we're good to go. Alright, so that's the gunshot. We're awake, I suppose. If we are in existence at all, which I'm not entirely convinced of, since we've lost our mind, apparently, according to the developer's commentary. So, E to interact, April 8th. Helen is pregnant. We did not plan this, but I will have to accept it, as she is the only one I love. We will get through this, and we will soon be married, having the rest of our lives to be with one another. Alright. So, we've got a overturned wine bottle. Still looks to be corked. Can't tell if it's been drank. And we've got our page, of course, and then we've got the ensuing hotel. This is a creepy hotel room, if only for the fact that it has no bathroom. I guess maybe it's more like a hostel or something. We've got shared bathrooms. Although, walking down the hallway, I don't know, maybe not. I should let you know, I did a sound check here and just walked down this entire hallway. I've checked all of the doors all the way down already, so there are no opening doors here. Which is, I don't know why I'm still clicking on them anyway, out of this force of habit, I suppose. But we're just going to wander to the end of this hallway and see what goes on around the corner. There's no run button either. It's just a very basic WASD and mouse look, as well as E to interact with objects. And we seem to have something flickering going on down at the end of the hallway here, which is always great news for any kind of horror situation. Looks to be another note of some kind. Let us go investigate. Did that lamp just appear in front of our eyes? It may well have. And we've got... Is that actually a dynamic shadow? It probably is. Be more surprised if it wasn't a dynamic shadow, actually, given that we're in Unreal Engine. What does this shadow do? Hey, it's got some kind of, like, diffused lighting. Looks like they did actually place light sources inside of it where the light bulbs are, so that's nice. A little lens flare effect when we get closer. Also... Oh, so these ones are, like, mostly out. I guess that's why it's vibrating. Anyway, enough about the lights. September 17th. How did this happen? This is not how it was meant to be. We were meant to get married and be together forever, but now she's gone. Why couldn't they save her? But they could save the child. She was the important one. All right, so we got a little bit of resentment. Oh, no, the lights! The lights are out. Whatever shall we do? We shall go into this one and only door that allows us access, of course. Looks like no bathroom in here either. Oh, door slammed. Uh-oh. What are we going to do? Let's look at... Can we see this book? Looks like we can't get close enough to interact. Oh, well. How about this page? Oh, no, there's nothing on it. I don't know why that's relevant, actually. Sometimes pages just don't have anything on them. Oh. Alright, so I guess the closet here contains a passage to another dimension. Guessing we can't... Yeah, we can't go back out the door. Since we are living sort of in Matrix world, I suppose, that's probably more sensible than I'm giving it credit for. And, oh, we've got the seething, dark, ethereal death wall coming at us. Oh, no! The lights have been put out. But it's okay, because they've been restored. Now you can see we need to go straight ahead. So that was pretty creepy. It was like a wall of darkness with some sort of like an angel or angel of death or something riding the darkness toward me. Now we've got the crying baby, of course. How could we not? And September 21st. I have no one. I'm left here alone in this darkness. Its cries keep me up at night. Why won't it shut up? Please make it shut up. Just shut up. Helen, where are you? Sorry, man. Helen's not here. Oh, the lights have been restored. This is one of those games where I guess, like, reading all the note paper is the bit of scripting that pushes us forward in the narrative here. I always prefer if that stuff is sort of, like, auxiliary. Like, I understand why they do it to make sure that you get, like, a linear experience out of things and to make sure that things trigger when they're meant to. But I think, like, reducing all the storytelling to a series of notes, is not always desirable, in my opinion. Oh, the wall is actually closing in, but there's a key on this desk, so I'm going to grab that. Maybe head in this direction. Can I... Oh, I can go in this door. Okay, we've got a music box. And some very creepy wallpaper. Oh, was that not there a second ago? I'm going to guess not. September 24th. Finally, it is silent. I thought doing this would help me, but I still cannot sleep. What have I done? My mind is lost without her. I need you, Helen. So he lost his mind. I guess he killed the baby. Very macabre. Can I go into the shadows where I belong? A demon of the night. No? Alright, I was hoping maybe there'd be more going on in that direction. I guess we'll leave this room. And hopefully we'll leave all our troubles behind, because that's, I'm sure, how that works. Oh. Wasn't there more to this hallway a second ago? Well, since we're in the Matrix, I won't stop and pause and think about that too hard. Oh, that I guess explains why there's no bathrooms either. Like, if you're just in mental world, like, there's no reason to need to use the bathroom. Like, who would worry about that? You've got bigger psychic dilemmas going on in your world right now than the minor mortal issues that we face on a day-to-day basis. Alright, we found another impasse. There's gonna be a lot of these T-junction impasses. Oh no! Who's coming for me? And how? And what do I do? Oh god. Press shift to run. Now I can run? Checkpoint. Oh man. It's fast. It's furious. Not as furious as me though. I'm a sprinter, baby. Alright. No, I'm hitting the button. There it is. I just had to hit it like 16 times. So you're gonna take the lift down to floor 1. Oh no! Why? Why can't things ever just go as planned? Oh no, is it gonna say 666? It's the number of the beast. I learned that in Guitar Hero. Okay, let's open this door up. You're back again? Close the door! Oh, you just keep breaking all the lights. Alright, well, it wanted to show me some faces, I guess. Oh, that's the end. A little surprised that wrapped up quite that quickly. Alright, that was Hotel Remorse. I can certainly see why there'd be some remorse in this hotel. It's filled with demons, and it might not exist. And also, it's got loud sounds and jump scares in it. Are you freaking serious? Alright. Game just quit to desktop after that. I gotta take a few points off for that really pointless jump scare at the end. Why do we need to do that, guys? It's not scary. It's just a picture with a face and a loud sound. Sorry to anybody that was shocked by that, by the way. I personally don't get very upset by these things, like they don't really get to me as much. But I am totally aware of the fact that they are, you know, very shocking, and some people react to them much more strongly than I do. So my apologies. I don't really like usually having too much of that stuff going on, but it happened, unfortunately. So yeah, I generally enjoyed that experience, if not for those 2 last moments that were really unnecessary. There was a bit of suspense. The atmosphere is okay. Maybe a little bit of monotony as we walk through a lot of sort of replicated hallways. But I like the general sentiment of it. There should have been maybe a little bit more exploration going on, and, the length being a bit on the short side. I don't normally mind, but in this case it felt like quite a bit of it was somewhat padded. I think we needed like one more twist, or maybe 2 more twists before we reached the conclusion there, and I think I would have been more satisfied. But in general, it was put together, reasonably well, I suppose. We did have the requisite payoff in that there was actually like a pretty creepy looking thing chasing us around the hallways, and if we only maybe had a little bit longer to do the running and things, or maybe we had a little bit more geography to actually explore, would have maybe been a little bit more fulfilling as well. Like, the level of player autonomy was fairly low in that. Most of the places where you had a chance to run away from something, you were basically forced to run in one direction, which I feel like that sort of lessens the scare factor in a way, because you're not actually in control of your fate as much as you're just sort of doing a quick time event, if that makes sense. Like, if I had the option to go in 3 different ways, and something was chasing me, and I had to sort of use my logic to decide between these 3 options what's the best one that leads to the most likely chance of survival, I feel more rewarded at the end if I make the correct decision based on the logic that I followed. In this case, it was just sort of like, oh, well, there's something behind you, go ahead of you, which you kind of get the idea, I imagine. I did like that we had to run to the elevator. That was kind of exciting. We had to like jam on the door to make it shut, except, well, then it just ended. I don't know, I would have liked to see what happens when we get to the lobby. Maybe we realize we've entered the transept of our mortality, and we come to some sort of gestalt as a character, and we realize, like, we had a breakdown and split with ourselves, and maybe we come back to reality for a second, grasp exactly the gravity of the decision we made and the repercussions that could exist therein. But then again, we don't know if we're alive or dead, or what we're doing in the world as it is. We are just walking the halls of a hotel that exists within our minds, so I guess really, you could go anywhere with it. We could walk out of the elevator into a white Matrix world where there is no existence and float in space for a while in a comatose state. I guess anything's possible with that. Anyway, feel free, if you'd like, go ahead and download Hotel Remorse. There will be a link in the description of this video. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about this game in general. If any of the criticisms that I made feel like they hit home for you, feel free to comment on that, or any other things you feel might have been positive or negative about the game. I do encourage discussion, as always, and I will hopefully be back very soon with another episode of Indie Impressions. If you're still into the series, make sure you let me know. Not that I want to cut it down to like once a week or anything. Ideally, I'd like to do one like every other day. It's just about me being able to establish a backlog and get through my own stuff in the, outside of the YouTube realm that we should hopefully look forward to having happen. Pardon my sentence structure there. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great night.